Welcome to the Lost Miners, the most historically significant digital collection from the ETH proof of work chain. This is the last collection from the old proof of work method of mining ETH. My Discord name is Slappy White, and tonight with BJams, we're going to be hosting Miners After Dark. But first, BJams is going to be bringing you some Miner Yours semifinals. The Miner Yours competition, for folks who've been following this, it originally started right here on Miners After Dark. But as many of you know, Jen Con, our original co-host, she did not last well into the night, and so she's moved to a daytime slot. Miner Details that she does every Wednesday at noon Eastern, and so Jamps and I are bringing Miner Yours back into Miners After Dark. It's with BPX seemingly exploding. We want to kind of like combine as much of the miner material back into one show, so you can find most of your miner stuff right here. And I see that we have Kyle who's in here. I know we have West in here, and we have Carafine in here. So with that said, it looks like we have all the contestants in here, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Jams, and you have a great show.
Thank you, Slappy. And this is definitely a historical night. This is the first time I have ever joined a Spaces and got onto the speaker role in my first attempt without having to log out. So I'm excited about that. All right. So anyone that hasn't tuned in to Miner Yours before, we have been running this. We ran 8 weeks, one-on-one head-up matchups where people would bring their favorite miner of theirs from their collection. With them, they would explain why it was their favorite, and then we would open it up to the miner community to vote. Simple, Twitter poll for 72 hours. So we did that. We had 8 winners, and then we randomly picked 4 of the winners to come back last week, and they all competed for a spot in the final. And we had Avery taking it down. It was pretty close between her and Critizen, but her female canary ended up taking it down over Critizen's green hoodie. And then Crypto's, Firehair, and Jorzine's female goggles came in respectfully 3rd and 4th. So then tonight, I'm pleased to bring you the other 4 winners from season 1. And then we're going to see who is going to be the other representative that's going to go against Avery in the finals. So, all right. The first contestant that we're supposed to have is West. West, are you with us tonight?
Yep, I'm here.
Thank you. Yeah, I always get confused because your people's Twitters aren't always the exact same name as their Discord. So, all right, great. You want to talk to us a little bit about Miner 9081?
Sure. Yeah. So as you can tell by my PFP, which is a different miner, I'm always a big fan of the gold gang, right? So just anything gold. And I really like this one because, with the gold snorkel and the mask, the bright helmet, it just pops, right? And the colors. And I think it's kind of a good story of the Lost Miners, right? Of, what does he do with the snorkel, right? Is he going to help out and get other miners, right? Is he going into tight places and maybe flooded mines and doing things, right? So I think that, he's practical, right? He's got some gear for the mine, but at the same time, he's kind of flashy, right? Because it's gold, right? Who doesn't love that? Still rocking the beard, so still keeping it, going that way. So I think it's just a fun one overall, right? It's, I don't have any super rare miners or anything, right? But just the aesthetic of it and just the look, I really enjoy.
Well, I don't know about not having any super rare miners. I mean, gold snorkel is one of,
It is as an attribute. Yes, it is quite rare. That's true.
Yeah, and I mean, at least what I have found in the collection is, rarity does matter, especially if it's in like the top 1,000. But what has mattered a lot more than rarity to me is specific traits, rare specific traits. So, I think that the golden snorkel certainly fits that bill. One thing that I love about it, and I think it's no secret, I like when things match. So, this one, not only do the goggles and the helmet match, but like I love that the entire, I know it's called a golden snorkel, but only the tip and the mouthpiece are golden, and that looks beautiful on this. Because if the entire thing was golden, I don't know, it would just blend into his face.
It would kind of wash out. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I certainly understand why you brought this one up. All right, so I'm going to ask, Kyle or Carafine or Loco4, I guess whoever his surrogate is tonight, because he wasn't able to make it. Do any of you guys have any questions or comments for West?
No questions, but I mean, I absolutely love the snorkels. It's been a minor attribute that's eluded me. So kudos to that. I really like. And like you said, the gold on gold match with that background is spot on. I really like the aesthetics of that one.
Carafine, what about you?
Hey, can y'all hear me first of all?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. So personally, I agree with the whole gold on gold. I'm a huge fan of aesthetics. I feel like I've said that before. And then I actually am a big fan of the big beard. So you've got the big beard there with the yellow helmet and the candle with the light effect. All of that together is actually pretty cool.
I agree. And one thing I'm actually noticing, I'm looking at it again, the nose is like that black kind of, it's really cool. It pulls in the snorkel to it also. So Slappy, who is Loco4's fill-in for tonight?
They have the speaking role. I'll let them unmute and introduce themselves.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. How are you tonight?
Hey, everybody. This is my first ever Twitter space, so bear with me. You can probably hear my Texan accent over here.
Well, you got on seamlessly, which is this is my like 12th or 13th episode, I think, and the first time I was able to do that. So you're already ahead of me. So
yeah, I had to go and set something on my settings to turn my mic on, but other than that, it was pretty seamless. So yeah, I'll be reading a statement from Loco4 that he put together regarding miner 2188.
All right, well, we're going to hold off on that for just a little bit. But did you have any comments or any questions to West about his miner 9081, the one with the golden snorkel and helmet and goggles?
Well, the only comment was when it comes to the AI stuff, it was really tough to make a good AI miner that had a snorkel. So just it's a really cool trait and it's hard to emulate.
For sure. All right. Wes, did you have anything else you wanted to say before we go on to the next contestant?
I think that pretty well covers it. I will say I've been holding this one since the rescue, right? So this was an original pull for me. So definitely, plan to hold on to it, and big fan.
That's beautiful. I did not. I do own one, but I had to purchase it. I did not get lucky enough to rescue any with the snorkels or any of the underwater breathing apparatuses. All right, Kyle, you want to step up and go next?
Yeah, absolutely. So my miner, this was, I believe, the first female and also the first hoodie I got. So it was something I was going after.
And not to stop you, but just everyone, it's miner 8913. I should have said that before I introduced Kyle.
My bad. Anyway, like I said, it was I may have rescued a female, but I don't think so. I think the two females I got were in trades. But I think this was the first one, and coupled with a hoodie, which was an attribute that I was after from the get-go for whatever reason. And this one just really, I kind of hunted this one as far as the hoodies and the females. I looked, and there's only like 31 blue hoodie females, and absolutely none of them look exactly alike, which is amazing. And this one I really liked because the gold on gold with the gold shovel and the gold light, coupled with the green background, I just thought it just really popped out to me. And then I liked the fact that the gold or the coal dust. When I think of miner, I think coal mining because that's in my area, and the coal dust on her face makes it just seem like she just came out of the mines and was there doing work with her shovel and everything. So this was one that I really gravitated towards and approached the guy with the trade and was able to get it.
Nice. Yeah, no, I mean, she's super clean. Not clean, I guess. She does look like she has coal on her face, but you know what I mean. I love the headlamp matching the gold shovel. And yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a blue hoodie miner a blue female hoodie miner, especially that I don't like in the collection.
Right.
But this one's definitely towards the top of my favorites for sure. All right, let's see if any of our other contestants have any questions or comments. Wes, let's go to you first. What do you think about this miner that Kyle brought?
I really like it. You may sense the theme, but the gold shovel is definitely cool. I think it's a good color combination. The hoodies are obviously always popular. I don't have any hoodies. I wish I did. So I'm definitely a fan of this one.
Awesome. Carafine, how about you? What do you think of this one?
Well, obviously, I'm a little biased because she's a female, so she's pretty dope. And I also don't have a hoodie, so I think she's really cool. But I guess my question is, looking at your PFP, you've got another hoodie there with Dynamite, which is pretty cool. But I guess my question would be, why did you choose your female miner, or at least that female miner specifically, as opposed to the PFP that you're rocking?
I was always after hoodies. This is the first one I got, and I actually acquired this other hoodie that's my PFP for the Twitter later, I think after we started this contest 8 weeks ago. So that's the reason, one of the reasons I submitted this. But even looking at my collection, and I think I look at it 5 times a day, she's still my number one. And for that reason, that's why I put her in.
Love it. That's your number one. Don't tell your wife. BP Ferger, what do you think about this miner that Kyle brought along?
Oh, I love the blue hoodies. I was lucky enough to get a blue hoodie during Mint. I since sold it to Jen, but kind of regret it. It's one of the better looking ones I've seen. I like the combination of the matching shovel and the gold colored light. It's real clean.
Sure, and that's a common refrain around these parts. I sold it to Jen, and I kind of regret it. All right, Kyle, anything last minute things you want to say about your miner?
Oh man, I just think a blue hoodie female deserves to be in the final. That's it.
All right, and BP Ferger, you want to step up next? As so, Loco4 was not able to make it tonight, and I've been told he's pretty upset about that. And I will say, out of any miner that is in the semifinals between this week and last week, this is the one that I think the story portion is the most important part of. Most of the other ones, the aesthetics to me, and some of the traits are the most important. For this one, it has cool aesthetics, but the story is super important. So it sounds to me like BP Fergo is going to read something that Loco4 wrote for him. So you want to unmute BP and let's see what he wrote.
Yeah. I'll start. I haven't read it yet. I found out I'm reading this all of about 12 minutes ago. So bear with me as I navigate it with y'all. So yeah, this is from Loco4 and it's miner 2188. So sorry I cannot make it tonight, but thank you for allowing me to still be involved. And thanks to those who voted me through to this round. I would like to give a nod to Wiz Rhino from round 1 because he might have been a bit blindsided and he was super gracious, kind, and just a cool dude the rest of the night when we had the privilege of filling in as guest hosts for Miners After Dark. All right, let's get to it. I am one who enjoys stories in life, so here's the story of my miner. The miner I chose is number 2188. Funny thing is, I don't own him. He is a forgotten. When we received our claim passes, I was fortunate enough to get 5, and I made a decision I wasn't going to claim one in honor of my father-in-law, who was a West Virginian coal miner. He passed away roughly 10 years ago. He wasn't the healthiest, chain smoker, coal miner, alcoholic, but I knew him at his best. He was sober for the 7 to 8 years I knew him and was a superb grandpa to our kids. I wasn't a coal miner. He tried to talk me into that job, but I did mine crypto for a couple years. Definitely not the same level of those working in mines, but still a quote unquote mining in sense. So I thought that this was a cool connection too. I don't know what he would have thought about being honored as an NFT, but it's what I did. Upon reveal of our miners, I put claim pass 2188 as my PFP in the Discord and totally forgot we could look up any miner and what they look like, including the Forgottens. The 4 I had claimed and revealed were wild. I had a Tommy Knocker Yeti with a dynamite backpack, a cyborg cowboy, a fire body, and a wizard hat miner. Extremely lucky for just revealing 4. Then one day in chat, someone started posting what the Forgottens look like, most feeling regret that someone didn't claim them. So my mind was completely blown. Oh yeah, I could look up what 2188 looked like. This is where things got absolutely wild. I had some pretty dynamic, unrealistic miners in my wallet. And what is 2188? A quote-unquote typical miner, a man with darker complexion, facial hair, and smoke coming out of his mouth. My jaw about hit the floor. I didn't know what claim pass 2188 would look like when I didn't claim it. I had such interesting miners that revealed that the one that I didn't reveal could have been a pixelated picture of my father-in-law, Brandon, aka Brandy. He was always outdoors and his Mediterranean complexion was always super tan dark. He had a full mustache and goatee and always had a Pall Mall or natural American cigarette lit up. When I would visit, we would drive around in his truck, him telling me stories or questioning me to see if I was good enough for his daughter. Seeing the one miner I chose to memorialize him actually look like him was mind-blowing, and it brought back a flood of memories and feelings from the past. People I told asked if I believe in an afterlife or reincarnation, etc., if I am religious. Not really, and maybe I am just seeing too many things that are coincidental. But 2188 has special meaning to me because of this. Brandy is lost. He definitely is not forgotten in my family's hearts. When we memorialize someone or something that we have lost, it is not for them. It is for us who are still here, and this has definitely been a fantastic moment for me. So for me, 2188, aka Brandy Forever, lives on through the blockchain. Maybe a weird Web3 application, maybe one of the first, who knows. All I can say is thank you, Blokpax, for making this project. It might have hit me in a direction you weren't planning, but I appreciate it. Thanks, Slappy, as well, for giving me a chance to tell this story. And thank you all for listening to the story. I enjoy sharing it each chance I get.
Wow, awesome. Yeah. So I mean, I've heard this story once before, and when I found out that Loco wasn't going to be on tonight, I was disappointed. You did a great job. Thankfully he wrote it up for you in a fantastic way, but you definitely did it. You did him justice. So I think when he listens back, he'll certainly be proud of that. So let's see what other contestants have. Carafon, what do you think about this miner?
I was worried you were going to ask me to follow up that story, so I'm glad I don't have to follow that, because
that just seems to happen to be the order that we're going in. You found yourself right after Loco 4.
But we're asking questions, right?
Yes. A little reprieve.
Good. I don't know that I have any questions. I think that story is just so wonderful and amazing. I think it's so great that Loco 4 was able to share that with us. To your point, even though he's not here, he took the time to wrote that out. And I know that, I believe I've heard that story before as well, but it's one of those that seems to just get better every time you hear it. But just what an unbelievable story. And I'm just so thankful that, Loco is a part of this community and that it happened this way. And I just wish him the best of luck in this, little friendly competition that we have going on. And I'm just very thankful that I was able to hear it again.
Well said. Yeah, it actually gave me goosebumps for a second time. So that was that was pretty impressive. Kyle, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, goosebumps as well. That story I've heard before, and every time it's better and better. So I'm happy that their family is able to memorialize a lost loved one in this way, and the Lost Miners was able to do that. So I mean, yeah, Carafine, that's going to be tough to follow, but well done, BP Fergu. read it well. So yeah, it's a good story.
Absolutely. Wes, anything you want to say about this one?
Yeah, I was familiar with the story. Honestly, I didn't remember that it was this specific one before tonight, so I had kind of forgotten, but I do remember hearing the story in Discord. It is really cool. I mean, just a cool combo of the cigar and the army helmet and stuff from the way you look at it as well, right? But obviously the story is significantly cooler, right? So yeah, definitely a really fun way to be able to honor for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Carafine. And I swear to you, I will. I did not pick this order tonight. That 100% Slappy decided that you were going to be going right after Loco 4, and I had nothing to do with that. And that's hand on my chest.
Totally taking it personal. I'm just kidding. Thankful to be, with you guys hanging out and talking about our miners. So, yeah, just really grateful for that opportunity. But, I don't have an amazing story like Loco, which is okay. So I guess for me, it was mainly, I think part of me is so kind of hype and excited about, I was so excited for the female miners. I just had so much energy and I was just so excited for them. And I think one of my biggest worry was that I was not going to mint one. And I don't know why, but I just really, really wanted to mint one. And I didn't want to, while I was excited to quote unquote shop on secondary, I just really wanted to be able to have my forever, quote unquote, forever PFP via, I guess not mint, but claim via a miner that I claimed. And when she revealed, I was just, I don't know, I kind of was just speechless a little bit. She just seemed perfect. I just really liked her breezy hair, the ginger, the, rusty colored helmet with the yellow light. Everything was just so fitting. And she just ended up being so perfect. And I was just so thankful. So I don't have a really cool or neat story, but just the fact that she's the only female miner that I claimed and she just ended up being perfect for me seemed pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's always special to me when people come up with ones that they actually did, have the luck to mine themselves or to claim themselves rather. So super, super cool. And I know how much you love those breezy hairs. So glad that the female that you were able to get was that ginger breezy hair for you.
I gotta say though, there's a few wild hair in the room right now, and I've kind of gotten obsessed with them. They're cool.
The pink ones,
wild hair.
The pink wild hairs are super, super
and
cool.
Brown and all of them.
I have one that's probably the ugliest miner in the entire collection out of the 10,000. It's, it's so ugly that I love it. Yeah. But all right, well, let's not talk about my ugly miner. Kyle, what do you think about Carafines?
Definitely dig the females. The ginger with the copper helmet is a really cool combination, and it goes really well with that background. This miner, and it's probably because it's her PFP and she's always on Twitter and always posting. But to me, it almost is like this is the poster child of the Lost Miners, because I see it so much between this one and then probably Frenchie's, obviously, and then maybe even yours, B-Jams. But we see this one so much that it's a really clean, nice miner.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like just turned into Carafine, Yeah. I mean, it's not like they're identical or something like that, but you just look at it and yep, that's Carolyn.
Right.
So, all right, Wes, what do you think about the one Carafine brought up?
Yeah, definitely agree. It's a good color combo with the hair and the helmet. I think it's it's clean, right? That's not too much going on there. So overall, I think it's definitely a good combo that works. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, BP, what do you think?
Yeah, I've always been a fan of this particular miner style, especially because when you blur them, I've always found that this style always looks like one of the most realistic to me. No matter what hair color and helmet color and all of that, I've always been a real big fan of this particular model. So yeah, the color combination works, and then yeah, if you go and you blur it, it almost is like a mirror image. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, big fan of it.
Well, Jorzane, I apologize, but I don't think we're gonna get anyone fighting up here. It doesn't sound like tonight. So I know Jorzane wanted to see some people going at it, I think, but doesn't seem to be the case. So all right. I guess we're going to wrap this up. So everyone, we will have this posted to Twitter, and I'm making an executive decision. Slappy is not going to love it, but we're not going to do the final next week. We'll have Miners After Dark next week, but Slappy's not going to be able to be here. He did not want me to postpone it because of that, but I want to. So we will announce next week, in the beginning of Miners After Dark at 9, who the winner is from this week. And then the following week after that, we will go into our final. So everyone, look out for that to be posted, and make sure you go and vote for your favorite one. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and take care.